At an official reception during the Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln was overheard to refer to Southerners as erring human beings, purposely avoiding use of the word enemies. A woman in attendance took Lincoln to task for speaking kindly of the Union's enemies, when in her opinion he ought to be speaking of destroying them. "Why, madam," Lincoln replied, "do I not destroy my enemies when I make them my friends?" As Christians, we're exhorted not to return evil for evil, but rather to overcome evil with good. This involves turning the other cheek, a much misunderstood phrase meaning that we're not to have a retaliatory and vindictive attitude, but instead to go out of our way to avoid conflict and live in a peaceable manner. As the writer of Hebrews puts it, make every effort to live in peace with everyone. Those efforts will not always be successful, nor always even possible, but it ought to be our goal. Many wonder how this advice applies in a world of violent abusers and vicious, hardened criminals. Turning the other cheek does not mean that Christians are required to be passive victims of violence, abuse, and exploitation. Self-defense is an appropriate Christian response. However, it should not be in a spirit of retaliation or revenge, but for the purpose of stopping the aggressor and thereby helping restrain further evil. Our everyday challenges will usually not be of that extreme type. Our adversaries will most likely be thoughtless neighbors, ambitious co-workers, demanding bosses, and feuding relatives. In most cases, we can, with love, care, and patience, conquer those enemies by making them our friends. And in doing that, we're participating in the very life of God the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. I'm Joseph Tkach, speaking of life.